Hi everyone, it's Rebecca with linkinglewiscounty.com, and on today's episode of Hear All About It, we have Josh Levesque back with us. Thank you, Josh, for stopping in. For those of you that don't know, Josh is the Chief Operating Officer for Lewis County Search and Rescue. Thank you again. Welcome back. You've been with us here before. Why don't you tell us what you're here for today?
Oh, wonderful. First, thanks for having us. I really appreciate it. We're here today to have a discussion pertaining to EMS itself, the need for EMTs and paramedics, and to talk a little bit about our upcoming classes and how to become an EMT and what makes an EMT.
Okay, so you have classes coming up. When will those start?
So August 8th is the start of our class. It goes from August 8th to December 15th, so about 4 months. And a good portion of that is towards the tail end of November is really a lot of labs, reviews, things like that, prepping for tests, and then at the end of the class we do our practical skills, and then they go online and they take their tests. So okay. August 8th to December 15th.
Okay. Where are the classes held?
Right here at Search and Rescue.
Okay. Is there a registration process for anyone that's interested?
Sure is. Anybody who's interested can go on to, they go on to Jefferson County EMS website. Okay. That is our course sponsor. That's who we go through. So they can go on their website, and right on their EMS website there's a spot to look for, where can I find local classes, and Lewis County's classes will be right there. Okay.
Let's talk about who's eligible to be an EMS worker.
Sure. Realistically, by definition, you have to be 17 years old as of the last day of the month that you take the class final. So anybody who's 17 years old by the last day of November will be eligible to take an EMT course. But realistically, is it in you? That's really it. Sure. Anybody can come and take the class. We'll go back. The cost of the class for the materials alone is roughly right around $200. Okay. The class fee itself, which will be well into the thousands, is covered through a combination of the agency and the state, depending on who you belong to. So anybody who belongs to an EMS agency, their tuition fee is covered. The only thing they have to cover is the materials, that $200. Okay. And furthermore, the town of Denmark, for 5 residents within the town of Denmark, they are covering that cost for 5 individuals that are members of Search and Rescue to take that course. So
basically, a member that's eligible in Denmark, there's 5 slots available where it would be completely free for them to participate. It'll be 100% free. That's excellent. That's correct. So we kind of covered who is able to do it. Let's talk about now, and you probably could go on forever, the need, why we need these people to do this kind of work.
It's we talk about it all the time. Healthcare as a whole is in a rough position, right? Mm-hmm. But emergency medical services is in a terrible spot, to be honest with you. We've talked about it before. We as an agency, and one of the things that the public doesn't really realize is we as an agency fund our funding. 95% of it comes from insurance billing. Mm-hmm. What people don't understand is insurance billing isn't as simple as that. Depending on the insurance company that a patient has, they will dictate how much they pay. Right. So, I come out of a manufacturing world, and we have the opportunity to for our funding streams and things like that. EMS is a different breed. So our funding comes from there, which sets our payroll, right? Okay. What we can actually pay, and it's you're not going to get rich doing this job. It comes from within. It comes from the heart, the ability to help people. And there's just not a lot of people out there with the time and the ability and whatnot to do this job.
Right. So describe in general terms what it would be like, how it would impact our area if we keep losing people going into this field.
Yeah. What this area is fortunate. We look at numbers like the city of New Orleans and things like that. Those cities are stacking 20, 30, 40 calls at a time, meaning that you call 911, and most people right now call 911, an ambulance is there in a fairly short amount of time. Mm-hmm. these other places that are short-staffed, that ambulances, these people are waiting an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for ambulances to show up because, their symptoms are catted, and if it's, let's say, just a knee pain or something like that, and you have a difficulty breathing, a chest pain, things like that ahead of it, even though the calls came later, they get attention first. So you could be waiting hours and hours and hours and hours for an ambulance to show up. So the detriment right there is that if we don't have people in the seats, we're just not going to be able to get there.
Okay. Are we, as a whole in our area, are we adequately staffed? No, we are not.
Not at all. We are staffed to handle what we're doing right now, but it's literally right on that edge, right?
Okay.
So the volunteerism in the county is down. It's not just Lewis County; it's across the United States wide. Mm-hmm. We don't have as many volunteers that are getting up and going out. And again, as I said, the paid staff. I've advertised for 3 months now for paid staff. I've gotten 1 employee. Okay. We have thousands of dollars tied up into that job posting, and the providers aren't there. Okay. Right now, the ones we have are working overtime. They're coming from home on their days off, taking trips, covering when multiple calls are out. That's only going to last so long.
Right.
You can only do that for so long before you can't do it anymore.
Right.
So we're covering, yes, but it's not sustainable.
Right, but you're right on the edge, basically.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So what we need is things like participation in this upcoming class.
We do.
Again, when does that begin?
August 8th.
Okay.
We start on August 8th. First night's really kind of a paperwork night, get everybody set and introduced. Right. and whatnot, and then we go into the entire program. On Jefferson County website, before they sign up, they can go to our class. They can actually pull up the schedule, look at the systems and the things that we teach. Mm-hmm. So they get a rough idea as to what the class looks like.
Right. So anyone that's out there and kind of questioning and wondering, geez, I think I might like to do that work, but I'm not really sure, I might be squeamish, I might be nervous, they can go online and look at just an example of the different things they'll come in contact with, or... Sure.
Yeah, EMS is all over the internet, obviously.
Yeah.
They can go online, they can look it up, they can call up the base, by all means.
Okay.
The best thing for me, come on up, see
Sure.
us, stop in. We're going to be releasing a new website real shortly that'll have all of our events and things like that on it. Go on there, come see us at a standby somewhere, come talk to the EMTs,
Mm-hmm.
Get a walkthrough. Food Truck Fridays, we've got an ambulance and some EMTs down there now with the auxiliary.
Great.
Stop down while you're down grabbing dinner. Walk through the rig. Look what's in there. Yeah. Talk to the crews.
Get a sense of what the job's like.
You got it.
Great. So, again, like we've talked before, everything that you guys do is so important, and we need to keep these services up for our community. You have a Facebook page?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a Facebook page, and like I said, we're just about to release a new updated Facebook page or website.
Okay.
That's going to really have more of our content on it. You're going to see pictures. You're going to see you'll see providers on there, things like that, so you have a familiar face and things like that.
Okay. So anyone interested in this upcoming class or anything to do with your group can look at these, go to these places, or like you said, contact you right at the base.
I think that's go online, look it up, mm-hmm. but call us, stop in.
Okay.
I'm always more than happy to give anybody a walk around, get you out and really go into detail how the operation works, what we do. Let's face it, EMS is, people are usually, the big thing is people are scared. They get nervous when somebody's sick, but in the end, once they get in it, usually the bug gets them, because we are out. We do have the ability to help people, and it does make a difference. And it's not always, the bad that it's meant to be.
Sure. Just so everyone knows, where are you located? What's your address?
We're up on we're at 7782 West State Street, We're behind the hospital, right next to the American Legion.
Okay, and your phone number there is?
315-376-7745.
Okay, well, Josh, we appreciate you coming in, and I certainly hope that you get that class filled to the max.
Wonderful. We appreciate it. Thanks
you for having
us.
in.
Appreciate it.